My name is Carine Kanimba. I am from Rwanda, and I'm a human rights activist.
You've come back to Responsive on stage this year after first speaking on stage in 2017 or 2018 at Responsive in New York City. What's it like coming back to being on stage this year?
I am incredibly grateful to the Responsive conference team and audience because I don't think I told you this, but the first time I spoke at Responsive was in 2018, I think, and it was the first time I was really publicly speaking about my history, my time in Rwanda. I was still kind of shy about standing on stage, and I think after I attended the conference and I spoke with you and the incredible panelists that you had me speak with, and I went on to do a TED Talk the following year, and then I became more and more proud of my own heritage, but also comfortable with telling my story to different types of audience. So for me, Responsive was really an opportunity to open up to a different audience, a different group of people, but also one that I needed to connect to in order to continue the work that I'm doing today. So,
Well, speaking of the work that you're doing today, I want to talk about it. I mean, your backstory, most people know because of your father, Paul, who is the hotel manager from Hotel Rwanda.
he became a target of the regime, so that led to his kidnapping in 2020. And at the time, I had to stop everything. My family and I had to stop everything we were doing in order to advocate for his release. And that was 2.5 years of sleepless nights, of constant fear and pain, but also hope. We saw a lot of incredible people that we would have never imagined that we would come across who were like, what do we do? Let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. And so this is the one positive of what's happened to our family and to my father is that we got to meet an incredible amount of people around the world who were selfless in standing up for justice and for what is right. And so today my work has become all about that, about advocating for justice, about advocating for human rights, and other people who are in the position that my family and I were on. And there are so many people around the world. I think there are over 1 million political prisoners around the world. And so we have a lot of work to do. And it's speaking to communities like this that we get to learn and to continue to grow this network and get the work done.
Amazing. Something you've told me is a lot of people were really hopeful and were really helpful, but a lot of other people were like, there's no chance that Paul is coming back to his family, to you, that you should just give up, that he was kidnapped and you're never going to see him again. And something you've shared with me is that hope is what got you through, is that trying and trying and trying and falling down and getting back up and talking to somebody new. I'm curious, fortunately, most of us don't have to go what you and your family have had to go through, but we can all relate to that quality of should I just stop trying? And so my questions for you are about hope and about how to lead from a place of hope. What advice would you have for folks watching, for folks at Responsive Conference, about taking action despite uncertainty?
Yeah. My advice would be to believe in what you're doing. As long as you believe in what you're doing at its core, it will work and people will join you and help you in that action. There's one of my favorite quotes from the book The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It says, when you want something, the whole world conspires for you to have it. And that's exactly what it is. Whatever you do, as long as you believe in it at its core, then it will work out. And that comes from hope, that comes from the people around you, and that comes from the positive thinking. And so my advice is believe in yourself.
Amazing, Carine. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being such an important part of Responsive.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.